A curfew is in place for parts of downtown Los Angeles in California in a bid to prevent more unrest following days of protests. Los Angeles has been the epicenter of demonstrations against the detention and removal of suspected undocumented migrants. The curfew will last several days, and those who break it will be arrested. Police say they have detained more than 300 protesters. Meanwhile, pictures from the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, otherwise known as ICE, show officers detaining individuals in Los Angeles in what appears to be the first photo showing National Guard troops involved in operations. Hundreds of U.S. Marines have also been deployed under orders from the U.S. president. Protests have spread, hitting parts of Texas, New York, and Washington, D.C. Larger demonstrations have been planned for the days ahead. However, the Trump administration remains undeterred, with raids and deportations continuing despite these protests. Two Indonesians were arrested in the immigration raids on Friday, one residing illegally in the U.S. and another with a history of drug offenses and unlawful entry into the country. Indonesia's Foreign Affairs Ministry says it is actively coordinating with local authorities to provide assistance. Families of the detainees have also been informed. Indonesia has urged its citizens residing in the U.S. to ensure that their visas are valid and used according to their intended purpose. And for more, we're joined by Kate Fisher, live from Washington, D.C. Kate, U.S. Marines are in Los Angeles. What exactly are they deployed to do?
Well, we're told by the US authorities that they are there purely to protect federal buildings and federal personnel, and that they have no law enforcement authority and they're not allowed to arrest anybody. But clearly, experts and people living in Los Angeles are really concerned by their presence, and just the fact that they are there, they fear could lead to some kind of escalation. The Pentagon has said that they have been trained in crowd control, although experts say they will have had much less training than, say, police officers, which is, a real core part of their training. We should point out they haven't yet been called to respond to any issues in Los Angeles. They're still kind of waiting to be deployed to specific areas. But clearly the concern from many people living there and experts is that their presence, completely unprecedented, could lead to an escalation.
Kate, in principle, their presence there is to help National Guard troops protect personnel who are carrying out immigration raids. But as you say, their very presence could incite further demonstrations and protests. Given these different interacting forces, is there any way to predict what the next few days might hold?
Well, yeah, you're right. Their presence is concerning for people who don't want them there, and that includes the governor of California and the mayor of Los Angeles, who did not ask for any military support. So this is purely a presidential move, and that is one of the concerns for how this goes. What will happen in the future, because it is clearly turned into not just an issue between immigrants and ICE agents, but also a fight between President Trump and a Democratic governor, Gavin Newsom, of a deeply blue state of California. And Gavin Newsom has accused President Trump of a brazen abuse of power. And he said that California may be first, but it won't end here, he says. It will move to other states. It will be other states, and then democracy, he says, is next. So clearly his concern is that this could escalate and move across the country. We've already seen protests in other cities. More are planned today in places like New York, Minneapolis, San Antonio and Seattle. And also there is concern about what will happen this weekend. On Saturday, President Trump is holding a huge military parade, very unusual for the United States, here in Washington. And there is concern that some of these protests may continue until until the weekend against, again, this show of presidential military power. A protest against that could last until the weekend, but it's very hard to predict, I think, what will specifically happen in Los Angeles, given, as you say, the plethora of different forces at work.
Oh, thanks. Kate Fisher there reporting live from Washington, D.C.